YouTubers, welcome to Sharp Context Sports, where there's no touting, just tips and picks, analytics, and some tricks to give you an edge in the world of sports betting and fantasy sports. Come join us and help create a community for all of us to talk and enjoy sports together.
What's up, YouTubers? Let's talk about the New York Jets. I want to start out with this. Let's not overreact. The first 2 weeks of the NFL season, everyone always overreacts. Let's take a look, for example, the Minnesota Vikings from a few years back when they lost to the 49ers week 1. That season, they went on to cover 11 or 12 straight games against the spread. And it was because of that week 1 that people made that perception that the Vikings are bad. Now, I'm not saying the Jets can do that because this Jets roster has nowhere near the talent that the Vikings had that year. So let's just not overreact to this one game. Could be wrong, but the reality of the situation is the Buffalo Bills are a true Super Bowl contender, while the Jets are still bottom feeders. They do not have the talent to compete. And let's remember this. This is Joe Douglas' first year managing this team. He inherited a very, very bad team. And they were in cap hell. And I liked a lot of things that Joe Douglas did. First thing he did was build up that O-line. He comes from winning organizations. He knows how to win. And it all starts up front. You look at the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles, where they have a O-line. People want to blame Sam Darnold. But is it warranted? I mean, if you think about it, yes, because he has played pretty bad. He missed a lot of targets this past game. And the reality of the situation is he has no O-line. He has no weapons. He has no running backs. Le'Veon Bell, in my opinion, is overrated because he needs that elite O-line to give him time. I believe a good play caller and an elite quarterback would not be able to fix this situation because it's just that bad. So before you guys come to a conclusion, just give him some time to build up this team. Even though Sam Darnold hasn't looked the best, you know, he could help the offense by running a little more and running out the pocket like Josh Allen or, you know, the younger guys right now. But that's just not what he does. He likes to sit in the pocket. One thing he doesn't get enough credit for is just how good he is in the pocket. How he buys time. His pocket pressing is elite. And those traits are some traits that not even veterans have. You can build off of it. And let's not forget, Sam Darnold is very young. He's the youngest starter in the league, in league history. And at this stage of his career, Baker Mayfield was his age when he was a rookie. Just look at Joe Burrow. He's turning 24 this year, and Darnold just turned 23. Age makes a big difference. I'm still a believer in Sam Darnold. If he went to a better organization, I don't think we'd be having this conversation. You look at the guys that he got drafted with. Baker Mayfield has a ton of weapons. Their roster is a Super Bowl roster. Same with the Bills. Even Lamar Jackson has a Super Bowl roster. Those three teams can run the ball. They play very good defense. And they have a lot of weapons on offense. As for Sam Darnold, a lot of those guys on the O-line and the receiving core wouldn't even be starters on most teams. Could Joe Douglas done more for Sam Darnold? Yes. But he doesn't want to put the team in cap hell like it's been for the last decade or two. As for the Jamal Adams trade, I think it's a win-win for both sides. Jets get a lot of draft capital, and the Seahawks get a first-round pick that is actually good. They haven't had a good first-round pick in a long time, if ever, since Earl Thomas. And then you have Adam Gase. He gets a lot of hate, but with the starting quarterbacks, he has a winning record. In Miami, he had Tannehill, who was always injured, and then Darnold, who's injured and obviously had mono last year. I actually think he's overachieved with the roster he's given. you look at Miami, they had a bad team. And I don't know for sure, but I think he wasn't the guy bringing guys into the team. I don't know how much of the roster moves was his decision. And you also got to factor in that the Jets and Miami are two losing organizations. The only negative thing I can say about Adam Gase is his stubbornness to stay in the 3 wide receiver sets. I'd like to see him roll out in more power formations with more tight ends and also play more play action. So with all that said, I believe we shouldn't come to a conclusion just yet. Let them build this team up. It takes time to build a championship team. So leave me a comment and let me know what you think.